right. All right. First time doing this whole live stream thing going on right now. So, I'm going to give a second for everybody to join, give you some time. We are going to be talking about some topics that I kind of wanted to make a video about, but we're just going to riff off the top a little bit, talk a little bit about masculinity. And there are a bunch of video ideas that I have here that I think I'm just going to talk about in this live stream. So if you're just joining, welcome. Say hello in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Make some fucking noise. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what the fuck is really going on. Like, there's just like too much going on in today's world. And it's a little bit annoying. It's a little bit disheartening, and it like pisses me off sometimes to see like what's really going on. Like, a lot of people are just kind of like stuck in a rut. They're not really able to take action. There's not really a lot of masculinity left. There's not really a lot of strong men left in this planet. And that's because right now we're going through like really comfortable, easy times. So if your life is like comfortable right now, you really need to like start taking action and changing some things around. You need to start doing some things that make you uncomfortable. It could be something really simple as like, taking a cold shower, or, waking up earlier than expected, going on a run, going to the gym, just something that makes you uncomfortable. What's going on, bro? Start doing things that make you a little bit uncomfortable. And then eventually over time, you'll see that like when you're put in uncomfortable situations, then you'll be able to handle them with really like no problem at all. Like you'll be able to handle these things with ease. Practice makes perfect. And you just need to be able to handle yourself in uncomfortable situations, because as a man, you will be presented with a lot of uncomfortable situations. So like, instead of like waiting for an uncomfortable situation to happen to you and like being reactive to it, and not really expecting it, if you train yourself now, if you train your mind and you get your mentality to the point where like, if an uncomfortable situation presents itself to you, like how do you go about handling it, and if you train your mind to handle uncomfortable situations in a very masculine way, or in a way that is like, it's admirable, like people look up to like somebody who can perform under pressure. So like, if you train your mind to be uncomfortable, when you're presented with real life situations that are actually like going to test you, you will be able to handle them, because your mind is already like used to being in that state of mind of like being under pressure, being under stress, being uncomfortable, etc. Do you know what I'm talking about? So yeah, I'm gonna let that marinate with you for a little bit so you can really think about it, and then I'm gonna tell you how to actually be uncomfortable, so you can train your mind to like handle situations like these. All right, so I want you to write down 10 things that make you uncomfortable. You'll easily be able to identify these. You just need to have the humility to actually write them down, okay? And actually like come to grips with like something as simple as like eye contact can make you uncomfortable. So you need to be able to write these things down, okay? So write them down. I'm going to show you my journal here. I'm not going to like show you what's in it, but I'm going to um, show you like how much I write in this shit. So like these are all like plans and systems and routines and things that you know I want to achieve. Everything is in here, and I have like five of these books right now, where I just kind of like write down everything that I need to achieve. And a lot of these things are uncomfortable. Like they're not easy. They're gonna put me in situations where I need to be able to handle it. I need to be able to handle myself. Need to be able to still hold high virtue, high character, and provide value. And you let's get back. I kind of went off on a tangent there. So write down like just like five things, 5 to 10 things that make you feel uncomfortable. It could be like eye contact. It could be like talking to women. It could be waking up early. It could be going to the gym. Just like whatever it is to you that makes you uncomfortable. Write down 5 to 10 things right now. Okay, go ahead. No, like I'm actually not kidding. Like write these down. 5 to 10 things that make you uncomfortable. All right, cool. So now that you have them written down, you have your list of like 5 to 10 uncomfortable things. What I need you to do right now is pick the hardest one to overcome, right? Maybe for you, that's like talking to women. I need you to pick the hardest one on the list and identify it. So you have 5 to 10 things on the list. Pick the hardest one. Okay. This is really going to set the standard for your journey that you're about to begin. And just pick the hardest one right now. Okay. Maybe that's public speaking. Who knows? Maybe for you, it's making eye contact. Whatever the most uncomfortable thing is, identify it right now. Got it? Now, I want you to get that out the way first thing, right? So, whatever you need to do to overcome that fear, I need you to do that first. Because if you think about it, all right, if you think about it, if you knock out the most uncomfortable thing as number one, all of the rest are going to be a piece of cake. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, for example, to give you like a personal example, when I wrote down my list, the most uncomfortable thing for me was public speaking, right? That was like, to me, that was like something I was like terrified of doing. So I was like, you know what? Let me go up on stage and do some like open mic comedy. I knocked out the most uncomfortable thing on my list first. And then the rest were just kind of like easy, like talking to women. Okay. Like, well, I fucking got up on stage and talked to like hundreds of people, and like some of them were women. So like it can't be as bad as that. Like the fear is not the challenge. The obstacle is not as bad as the most uncomfortable thing that I've done. So you have a threshold. You have like a ceiling, a cap, a roof, a glass window right above you. And the more you step outside of your comfort zone, the higher that ceiling is raised, right? So, like, if you knock out the most uncomfortable thing on your list, the rest is going to be a piece of cake. It's going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be the easiest thing you've ever done. You can go the other route of, like, taking the easiest thing, getting it out the way, going to the second thing, second easiest, going out the way. Third one's going to be a little harder, but you're like knocking them out one by one, carrying momentum, whole snowball effect kind of going on there. Um, but it's not going to be, if you want fast results, if you want to be quick, knock out the first thing, like get that out of the way first, and then the rest are just going to be a piece of cake. You're going to breeze through them. If you go the other way where it's just like you gradually, linearly, uh, in a linear fashion, you go from like the least hardest to the most hardest, then that's going to take you a little bit of time. It's going to be a little bit more challenging, but you can get it done. Compared to if you do the hardest thing first, then the rest are just, you're just going to take a slide down, right? You're just going to slide down through the rest of them. All right. So that is how you build that character within yourself, right? you do uncomfortable things. You step outside of your comfort zone. So, um, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Honestly, um, I do have a lot more that I do want to talk about, but I don't want this video to be going on for too long. So, um, I also have to go do some uncomfortable things. Well, at this point, they're not really uncomfortable anymore. They're just like a daily routine, daily habits. Um, which is like another tip here. Like once you start like doing these uncomfortable things, like whatever it is on your list, they become like so easy to the point where you can just like do them every day. Where you're just like something like maybe you're uncomfortable going on a run, then every day you're gonna be going on a run. Like as a man, you need to be able to conquer yourself before you conquer the world. So that is my tip for today. We can talk literally for hours and hours and hours, but and I can give you so much value, but um yeah, that's it. Nobody's, you know, I'm heading out. I got shit to do. All right, boys. Peace. Remember, guys, don't be a bitch. All right, I'm out. Peace.